Where you going, mate?
Up the pass. And yourself?
Up the pass. Room for me?
Absolutely.
Hey.
Jump in.
No.
Pleasure.
To the pass.
To the meet.
To the meet.
Right. Forward. Hey,
we're here, Steve. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's hurt ourselves.
Let's not.
Let's shake.
Right, let's do it. Have you got a rope? Yes, you have. It's right there.
I've got a rope.
Okay.
Is that a guidebook?
Alrighty.
Yeah. Let's try it.
Let's go.
It's all very scary climbing, isn't it? I think. I'm at that point when you're beneath a climb that you're not sort of, that frightens you a little bit, which all climbs frighten me a little bit or a lot. You sort of try and think, what can your mind be doing right now? They try and facilitate the climbing, or to facilitate you not getting hurt, or to enjoy it. I'm not quite sure what you're meant to think. Are you meant to think it looks easy? Or are you meant to think it looks hard, but I can do it? Are you meant to think, I'll go up and have a look, and if I don't like it, I'll come down? I'm sure that's not what Steve McClure thinks, is it? What do you think, Steve, when you stood beneath a root?
I don't know, I like try and convince myself that it's not going to be so bad, and if it gets a bit scary, then I'll just come back down.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's have a look. Let's just go and have a look. It's only an E3. God, so pathetic.
E3 preparation.
I'm going to hopefully get up here without putting any runners in, but we'll see. Sometimes you say that. I've said that quite a lot in the past. That's far from true.
Looking strong.
Don't mock me. Don't mock me, you bastard. It's just the unknown, isn't it? That's what it is. There's so much unknown. So Sophie, who told me to do this, said you place a high side runner up here somewhere. Yeah, down there. But I bet that used to be a foothold. Maybe not. Can I become the person who can do this move? I'm the person who can't do it. I think so. I'll just check it out. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, I can get another bomber one in here. Whew. Excellent. Except I always put in 3. I'm such a coward. I just think everything's going to go wrong all the time. What if this rope melts or something? I've always heard of this route. It's one of those routes that could put up in the 80s or 90s, I think. Never sort of climbing here became popular again. Beautiful. Picked a fine time to leave me. Come on. Ah.
It's not my lead. Too hard.
I'll have one more go and then you can...
Well, you better do it then.
Alright, okay, yeah, I will.
It's always scary falling off on trad. I mean, his gear looks good, but even so, even when it's good, you just never know. And he's got plenty in though.
Wow, that's it. Now it's kind of going the wrong way. I'm quite far out from the gear, if you don't mind me saying. That was trad climbing, wasn't it? Rembrandt Pussy Horse, E36A, Hidden Walls, Lamberis Pass, 2019 May. Future's so bright I gotta wear shades, brother. Here it comes. Best climber in Britain, me and him. Me and him. That was actually quite hard. Was that, Steve?
Good little route.
Good little route, yeah. That packed the fun in, didn't it?
Packed the fun in. Good start.
What, something's happened?
No, nothing.
Oh yeah, nothing's happened.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's... No hard moves. No hard moves, I like the idea of that. But lots of quite hard moves. I'm back where I started. Yeah, I need to learn how to time my laces. I'm sure it'd make life a lot easier. Got some handles now. Well, that's a nice hold. Hey, this rock's really different to just round the corner. It's like really slated here. funny blind placement, so you can't quite see what you're doing. It looks like, oh, let's go over there. It looks quite interesting. Oh, that's a really, look, that's such a good hold. That's a beautiful hold. It looks like coming on those funny slots though that you think, oh yeah, sinker. And then it doesn't matter what you try and put in, it just sort of falls out. That one's got to go underneath, that one.
Steve didn't have a very hard time in that, did he? He just couldn't decide what shakeout to go to next. Is it boring for him? Is climbing boring for Steve unless you're on an line? He does seem to enjoy climbing. I've led a route and Steve's led a route. He seconded me. Now I'm about to second him, and that's just this. You know that whole thing. You know the whole thing of watch me. I'm on. Take in. That's me. Climbing ready. Climbing. It's such a beautiful poem, isn't it? All that stuff you sort of come out with, and all these things you sort of say 100 times over, like a sort of, exactly like a mantra. You chant it, and you do your little climb. You get the top, and you tell them how well they led it.
That's perfect. Climb in the shade, finish in the sun.
And they're allowed to say a little bit about their experience, not too much. Unless you can hint at self-congratulation, and then the second pours a little bit of sauce on that. And then we're all happy, and then we come down and we do it again. It's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Right, good job.
Good job.
Let's head back down and have a sit down and a bit of chat.
That'd be nice, Steve.
Right, I think it's that way.
Let's do it. Come on. So we're here at the BMC International Meet. Have we delivered to the internationals? Bad weather aside, apologies. Have we delivered what they came here for? And what did they come here for?
So they came here for this, really,
Yeah.
and it could not have been better. They've come here because we have, like, I think the best of the best in terms of like an all-round climbing experience.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we've got it all.
Yeah, sport, boulder and trad, tradition.
Yeah, and not only that, but on so many different rock types.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
right here in this place, like
Lamberis Pass,
Yeah,
Snowdonia.
yeah. To have so much in one place, you know, that's why they've come here, and it's as good as it gets.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, one of the special things about this is, I think they come for a style of climbing, not just a variety of rock, but they come for a style of climbing, this British style, this trad thing. And I was kind of thinking that's what they come here for, but then you wonder, what do you mean by that? Do you ever use a phrase quite a lot? Trad, for example.
Well, I mean, yeah, we use the trad experience. I don't know how many countries have trad like we have. It's quite unique here.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, that you've got a lot of trad in like
It's
Australia.
driving on the left, isn't it?
Yes, very well. But it is quite. I mean, I've not experienced trad like this anywhere else. You know, we've trad climbed a lot of places: Australia, America. You know, I've trad climbed in China, all sorts of places, and it's been very different.
Yeah.
And
So, how do you, when you use the word trad or British trad, what do you mean by it? Because you're known as a sport climber, but you have a deeply traditional side to your climbing as well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so known as a sport climber. Just the other week, I had a guy say, "You should try trad climbing. You really like it."
Yeah.
Yeah. I went, "Oh no, I'm not doing that. It's too scary for me." But yeah, I mean, yeah, I've got trad going way back, and it's interesting what you say there. Like, how do you define it? Because trad climbing is different for different people and different cultures and different countries. But for me, if I was to try and describe it, I would be thinking of a route like, for instance, right wall. All the stuff that goes into there. It's not just plugging gear into a crack. It's the route finding. It's fiddling in wires. You've got double ropes. You're not trying to cross your ropes over each other. You know, it's rope drag, extending stuff, you know, not knowing where you're going. It's possibly a little bit of loose rock, maybe some wet holes. Right. You know, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going in there.
Everything you said is the opposite of climbing almost, as most people know it.
Yeah, it is. It is. So there's so much good, and that is why the internationals are here. Like, the guys are so into it, and when they're coming down, they're saying, you know, the whole experience was amazing. I was wandering, I was getting wires here, I was getting wires there, I was trying to find the way. You know, there was mossy holes which I was brushing off little bits here and there. You know, it's not just climbing an obvious line. It's an experience.
Yeah, and the sort of your approach to it, and how you marshal whatever skills you have. There's a lot more going on, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Just the climbing.
Yeah.
And you could say sport climbing is brilliant because there isn't any faff. But the essence of trad climbing is cherishing the faff, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah, I mean, you know, we have like a huge history of our trad climbing and also of on-sighting and, you know, like total experiences, getting out there. Yeah. And these days, red pointing is becoming like very much the thing. And
so red pointing trad climbs?
Well, I mean, red pointing sport routes, really, like as a worldwide thing.
Yeah. Like, I agree with that. Who's the best climber in the world?
You.
Thank you.
Yeah. Second best, Adam Ondra, I'd say.
Adam Ondra. And I was thinking, people acknowledge him as being the best because of his red points, not because of his on-sites or his competitions, it's because of his...
I mean, yes, his on-sites are fantastic, but his red points are probably what's put him on the map. And it's the same with most people, really. Yeah. I mean, I've done
Sharma, all those people here are known as top climbers, and it's the judgment is because of red pointing.
It is it's the number that sort of stacks up, and so red pointing has become like the marker of not just the climber, but also of climbing, really. As the progression of the sport, and on-sighting it's seen as something, but certainly on-sighting traditional climbing is not such a big deal. Right,
yeah. And that's different in the UK in some ways, isn't it?
I think it is. We have this history and tradition of it, but even now, I still think that in the UK, I mean, you know, head pointing is big business. You know, people love head pointing. No, there's no money in it.
Be rich, Steve, rich.
There's no money, but head pointing it's got the numbers attached to it. But it's a good fun game. Yeah. You get to climb something really hard, and you get to experience the movement of climbing something like amazing. But for me, the head pointing on traditional routes, it kind of misses part of it. I've never really been into head pointing. I love head pointing routes which feel like a sport route.
Example?
Muy Caliente in Pembroke is just utterly fantastic, and that would be a tough on-site, to say the least. Yeah. But to try and maybe head point something like right wall, you'd be missing the point of it, because the point of right wall is the route finding, it's the fiddling in of the gear,
the weight of the unknown.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Yeah. So if you take that away, it boils it down to a really not very hard, like 6C plus route, where you have all the gear known about. It's just to nothing, really.
But up in the Cromlech, you get routes like Nightmare, and these make the headlines, and they often, most of the time, they're red pointed or head pointed. And that's in traditional climbing, that's what's put across in the media as the news, and it's got so little relevance to most people who go climbing, isn't it?
Hardly
anyone climbs like that who trad climbs. It's just people at the top level do that, whereas I've always thought trad climbing and British climbing doesn't belong to the elite, it belongs to the masses. That's who owns it.
That's a really nice way, you put that really well, actually. Yeah, it doesn't belong to those that are at the cutting edge.
Yeah.
It's so many people's sport, and it's there to be enjoyed by everybody, really.
And the sort of people at HVS should decide what it's about.
Yeah.
As much as, well, more than the person head pointing the E9. Although the person head pointing E9 will also be able to on-site the E7, I guess.
Yeah, potentially. I don't know. I mean, I suppose that's what makes British climbing so cool, really, is it's just a sport for all. You know, it doesn't matter what level you're at.
Yeah.
You know, you can be up at the Cromlech and one guy's trying right wall, one guy's trying the corner, and you've got, you know, spiral stairs and, you know, flying buttress. You've got routes of all grades, and everybody is having a similar experience. It's a unique sport.
I know, it's cool, isn't it? Give us a memorable trad experience.
What, for me?
Yeah.
Like, man.
An experience that for you that so goes, oh wow, that was trad TM.
Yeah, okay, well, I mean, just yesterday, I did a route called Pretty Girls Make Graves, E6.
Just up above here?
Yeah, just up there. I've seen it before, and I turned up yesterday and just thought, all right, well, we've made the journey, I was a bit like, I'm a bit tired, I don't really fancy it, but let's just try it anyway.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really good trad experience.
So you're at the bottom thinking, what should I bring with me? Were you doing all that stuff?
Yeah, like the whole sort of like, well, there's the line, like, oh, do I fancy it? Well, I'm a bit tired. First of all, trying to sort of fob it off, and then thinking, no, come on, you can do this, give it a go. Racking up, and then once I started, it was just really intense, but the gear was good, but lots of moving around and a bit of unknown, a bit of fear, and then a bit of like, right, come on, you know, that last piece is good, just go for it.
Yeah.
And you're always like, you're a bit on edge, but it wasn't so hard that I was scared. I was like soaking it up and really enjoying the experience, but I was having to try hard. And you get to the top of something like that, and you really know you've done something. I mean, if it had 6 bolts in it, it'd be like, whatever, like, you know, it was a bit of a fight, but, you know, no experience. But I'll remember that for probably years.
Sure, yeah, and you do those things, don't you? And again, up in the Cromlech yesterday, I was in some sort of groove, trying to move my right leg up onto a foothold to get something back. And for me, that moment just felt, wow, this is trad, this is really trad.
Yeah.
Fighting to find the wire on the left-hand side of my rack, and it just like so traditional. That sums up the trad climbing thing for me.
Yeah, it's a unique experience, and the guys that are coming here from like all the way around the world, they'll go back with something pretty special, I think. And I mean, to be fair, there's quite a few that are coming back from previous years because they came here and they were like, wow, like this is something that I've never done before. Like I've been a climber for years and years, and this is totally different, and they're just straight back here, soaking it up, and they're just loving it.
I haven't placed a wire since I was here 4 years ago.
that kind of thing, no, they love it. And I mean, this is one of the amazing things about these events, and I mean, the BMC putting this on is so important.
It feels like a really good ambassador thing for British.
For the whole of British climbing, it is. I don't think that it's to be seen anywhere else.
I was talking to somebody from Sweden, and years ago a guy called Richard Eckehead. This guy came to the UK, he's in hard grit, and he said, I said, do you know Richard? And he said, no, but he's a real famous guy because he brought this tradition over to Sweden.
All right.
And it was really interesting, this one person can come and have that impact, because maybe otherwise these places just become totally bolted up and
well,
that goes, but somebody bringing that magic that he obviously brought back changed the direction of the place, as I understood from what the guy said.
Yeah, he did definitely have a big influence, and so it obviously shows it's fun.
Yeah,
sometimes it doesn't feel it.
Potential ambassadors of our weird little activity.
Yeah, it is.
So go to Britain is brilliant. You just do this all the time.
Yeah, I mean, some of these. Yeah, every year I get the wires out, and I'm like, oh man, like. I'll tell you something.
Wow.
Look at that old thing, innit? I think I might have found that on some sea cliff like 10 years ago. It's not yours. Come off it. No, I always get them out, and I'll tell you something. They weigh a ton. You rack up with that long, you're like,
I know.
Christ, can't hardly stand up.
I've got this thing. If you get racked up and you decide, oh no, I've got to go to the toilet. Don't take your harness off with the rack on rack. Go and do it, and then come back and put everything back on. Because when you come back and pull a fully loaded harness on, and you realise,
then you know, flipping heck. It's not like sport climbing where you've got like 10 lightweight drawers.
No.
No, you can take a thin rack if you want,
Yeah.
but then you get scared.
I know. That's my only defence against the devils out there.
Yeah, I mean, some of the pictures here, I did Resurrection the other day, and I took a big rack, and I thought, you don't need this much rack, and I thought, just take it anyway. I used it all.
Yeah.
I had one quick draw at the top, and that was
Really
it, and a few wires. I couldn't believe it. I used the whole lot.
And sometimes you look at these bits of rock, and then you look at this, and you think, I'm going to take that on.
Yeah.
Just with this and with this. It's incredible, isn't it? And sometimes you look down and you think, wow, look what I've just done.
Yeah, you know you've done a good job when you see your 2 ropes sort of snaking up.
Oh, beautiful.
But usually you look down, your ropes like cross, and you can't hardly pull it up. And you're like, oh man, it's so much drag, and you know you screwed it right up.
Yeah, so 3 cheers for trad climbing for the international meet. And
yeah, another success for sure.
Yeah. Awesome, Steve.
Right, good.
Good to chat.
Good to chat.
Forwards.
Onwards.